Hello everyone, this is Andy and welcome to this Let's Play on Vielle Mine, sorry, map. So we're here at our little quarry and we have filled up this trailer with water, which I knew I was gonna, I know I was gonna buy a trailer for it, but I just haven't done that yet. So maybe I'll do it, maybe, hopefully, someday. Any day now. So anyway, and take this up and drop this off at the Touvenant little factory thingy, merging thingy, whatever you want to call it, and then we're gonna. Oh, my turning is slightly off today, I feel. So let's see. Let's take this up here and empty that out there, so we get some more. So, and we'll go down to this one. Oh. So I think this. Let's see. That was those big rocks, which I think we have. Well, that's. And this is some gravel, I think. So okay, so I think that's the rocks. They're not called tailings, sorry. And this is it's very confusing. Everything is very confusing. Oh, hopefully get this in there, because I left it for a while after play last time, so it would get all the stuff ready. Hopefully this is the right one. I probably did the wrong way. No, actually it was the right. Oh, sorry. Except I dropped half of it outside, which was stupid. Half it. Oh, I about dropped some of it. This loaded up, and hopefully we can get it unloaded too. Okay, so that's 6,000. Some more, and then we need to bring over some. We call it sand too. So we need a load of sand for our little concrete thingy. Concrete factory. Get it up. So I don't know. How is anyone watching this? I haven't. Maybe I should check the statistics. See if anyone actually watches this episode. This Let's Play. I don't know. I should probably return to Hofbergman. Hofbergman has good ratings. Sounds like a TV channel. It has good TV. Well, I guess ratings. We could call it ratings. Yep, that was empty. Okay, I guess that's it. Sorry. Well, that was it. So we'll go and grab this. See how much is in there. 14, 18. No, we'll go up with it. So let's go up to our little concrete factory where we'll make concrete, which we'll sell somewhere. Where I'm not entirely sure where to sell it. Just saying that. Somewhere. We're gonna sell it somewhere. So I should sell this too. This thing here. And that truck, I don't need that truck. I don't need more of these trucks though. And we'll turn right here, I think. So anyway, please, if you play this map, please put that in the comment and let me know, so I know if anyone plays this map. different map, but interesting. Sometimes different is good. Well, I guess a lot of the time different is good. This is not a farming map. I guess we could make money. We have money to buy fields, so we could do it into farming if we wanted to. Or we could just do it like this. There's one little bug here. The cars drive off the road there on that spot, on just that spot, which is slightly weird. I don't really know where to empty these, so I'm a little confused as where to put these. It's somewhere here, but I'm a little unsure if you have to go put it inside up there or somewhere else. Oh, sorry. So we need tailings, cement, sand, and gravel. Cement we have. Put the cement over here, I think. Here you put the cement. And put. I think you unload there. I believe so. So I think you put the rest of the stuff over here in this thing, if I can get it in there. Which should be interesting. I don't know if I can back this up here. Probably need a wheel loader I sold. Probably guessing that the cement stuff over there is where you put all of this, and then you go up here and so I don't think this will work. Well, it will work, maybe. No, it did not work. So I guess we have to empty this in these boxes over here. And then we need a wheel loader, which I sold. Fortunately, I guess I need to buy that again. And we'll go and have this here. Get this out of here. That's unloaded. Put the tailings, whatever they call it, over here in the next one. It's not a lot in this back. 14.8. Not a huge amount. So I guess there's tailings here. Tailings, and then we need to bring sand. That was bad. Backing up. It's very dirty when it runs into the mud there. So we need cement and tailings. I have to fill up, see what we put in there. Just go park this here. Put lights on. Oh, I didn't have a beacons. I thought I had beacons on this. Uh-oh. We'll go buy a wheel loader. Buy this one because it's cool. Basically, that's just why. We can also buy a telehandler. Maybe I should buy telehandler instead. That's much cheaper. 4.5. Skid steer is cool too, but holds just a tad. I think we'll go with a telehandler. I will go with a JCB. I like the JCBs. Buy one of those. Then we'll go and we'll just have that delivered. So which is basically I'm spawning it to reset point. Just need the right shovel. Is that the shovel? Oh, the place is down here. So that's the shovel. Reset. If we go backwards, forwards, there. So here we are at our little, what do we call it? Our place? Not place. That's weird. But our little factory. Not factory. That's not the word I'm looking at. I mean, my vocabulary went straight to somewhere where it shouldn't belong. But anyway, so our yard. We could call it a yard, I guess, or storage yard. So let's fill this up. That's full. Unload this and we'll check what we have unloaded. It doesn't really matter actually. I'll put everything in here anyway. Nope. Load that load. The gravel. Gravel actually has a nice texture to it for some reason, compared to the tailings or whatever it was, the other one. Get up here. Like so. And then we need sand. So we need one load of sand. Check the amount of cement in there if we need to get another load of cement maybe. Gets very dirty when you run through the mud there. Okay, so see, we have tailings and we have cement. 14%. We could get a lot more cement. Sand we need, and gravel we have a little bit, but not a lot. So 2%. Okay, so we'll go back here. Oh, actually, we need truck. Where's the truck? Over there you are. Bring this back to our little gravel pit. Maybe gravel, not gravel pit. Do you say gravel pit? Maybe gravel pit. But that's not the word. Quarry. Quarry is the word I'm looking for. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. My wording is like really off today. I'm a little bit tired. Maybe that's why. Tomorrow is Friday when I'm recording this, so Friday. This is Thursday evening, and I'm a bit tired after work. Working this week. I had the Tuesday off. I didn't have the Tuesday off. I took the Tuesday off because I had to be with my kids because they had it's like a planning day at school, so they couldn't go there, and then we had to have the kids. So that was fun. We went and bought Pokemon cards. My daughter loves Pokemon. Sorry. And my son got a Nerf gun. So, and then we played a little bit of that. So it was a nice Tuesday. I had a good Tuesday with my kids. I love spending time with them. But sometimes they really pain in the behind. But every parents know that. But I really love that. It was cool. But otherwise, I worked Monday. I worked. Didn't work Tuesday. I worked Wednesday, Thursday today. Then I'm gonna work. Work tomorrow, which is Friday, and then I have the weekend off, and then it starts over again. And then in a little while, I'm going back to school. So I think I just backed this up here, and it would fill it up. R. I press R. I thought it did that. Was it the other truck? Maybe this can't load cement then. Oh man, that sucks. I sold the other truck. I think I just like backed it up here and it will fill it up. It's not working? I think it should work. Is it trucks? Maybe I need one of these. There's a bunch of trucks here. And a tipper, is this the one I have? This, no, this is 6, 8. 22. So this is the one I have. I think it should hold. Hooklift trailers can. Cement truck listed. So this is the one I had. Right. I think this is the one I had, but I think it should be able to hold the same stuff. There's also hook. No, cement trailers. That's not a lot of load on there, but nice. I think this is the one I had, but I think this should probably be able to hold the same stuff. Right? Why won't it do that? I think it just backed it up and then it would fill it up. Well, what's so weird. Some faults are like, how did this arise? What did I do wrong? What did I do last time which I didn't do this time? And why isn't it working at all? I seem to have a lot of that problem sometimes. I'm trying to back up this, see if that works. Oh, actually, okay, so it was the R button. I should have pressed the R. Sorry, I did. My bad. We'll put sand in from here. Not as much sand, probably. It doesn't matter, we fill it up anyway. Sand in the... Let's see. If we need more money, we can go and sell the tool and all. Well, that's pretty cool. Sand in here, and we'll get the sand in here. So, what else is on? There's an election coming up in Sweden. Hopefully, I'm leaning towards I probably wanted to be status quo afterwards. The same sort of. I don't want to change government. I think they did a pretty good job. Some of my friends disagree with me, but I don't care. I think they did a pretty good job. And I mean, it's not their either fault or gain. Not gain. Gain is the wrong word. But it's not their. This is sand. I think this is credit. It's neither their fault or their credit that the economy is going really nicely. So I wouldn't say that. Well, as I said, it's not their fault, but it's not their credit either. Things are going good. And I think that when things are good, you should save for the future, but you should also spend on the current generation. So when things are good, we should make like sort of sweep the floors for the coming times. So if people get a good education now, that's a good thing in the future. So I think that's one thing, and I'm not totally in favor with privatizing schools, which is a big thing here in Sweden. We have private schools, not private like in private schools, which usually mean they're owned by big companies. I realized I had a quick view mod installed, so I could actually. Okay, so 16. I don't know if we can fill it up. That's good. No, sorry. that's full of sand. Take that out too. Can I back it? I don't want to back it up, I just want to turn it around here. It's not going very well turning around here. Oh, I actually did. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so that's one thing that's going on in election, and for some reason, for the second election in a row, we keep focusing on migration. Because we have this party in Sweden called the Sweden Democrats, which is basically a bunch of, well, ex-Nazis. I don't know how to describe it in another positive way. So neo-Nazis, even though they claim not to be Nazis. But basically the party program, or what they want to change, is like a copy of Mein Kampf. This is just stupid that we actually allow this crap. But as a problem with democracy, can't decide in a democracy, even no organizations that have no home business being in a democracy have to exist, because it's a democracy. So anyway, so they're there, and they keep focusing on migration because that's the way they get elected. If they talk about migration, people get scared, and then they vote for them because they're gonna keep the migrants out. Even though we really need migrants because we don't have enough people in here, because we don't have enough kids, and so we need. A few years ago, this report, we needed 150,000 more migrants just to scrape by. And we sort of lucked out, but people don't see it that way now. The war in Syria isn't luck, but that and a lot of people from Afghanistan came to Sweden, and now everyone is like, oh, they came here. It's like, yeah, but we needed them, so be happy. But no, we have to whine like Swedish people do. We whine about everything. I'm amazed that people don't just move out of this country when they move here, because of the whining people do here. Anyway, so everything about migration. No, pretty much nothing about economics, nothing about school. There's nothing about stuff that I find important, at least. Basically everything else is on the agenda, but so I guess it's a little right-wing movement going on in the entire Europe region, and maybe even the world. But to me it's weird. I don't know, but I thought we left this behind 60 years ago. Or 60, even more, 70 years ago. Time flies. But that's the funny part about human nature. We keep talking like we should learn from history, and it's important to remember history, and it's more important to learn from history. But we seem, as a species, we seem pretty much incapable of learning from our own history. Honestly, we shouldn't be making the same mistakes over and over again, but we do that. Which is odd. There used to be this, I'm sorry about my rambling here, but there used to be this show on Discovery Channel called Connections 2. Basically it showed discoveries and scientific discoveries and inventions and the connections between them and what they're connected to, which was a really good show. I really love that show, and so I kept watching it, and that was funny. One of the things that struck me and I thought was interesting was the fact that we keep inventing the same inventions over and over again. So stuff like the hamburgers, like, oh, it's invented in Hamburg. Yeah, well, it wasn't really. It was, we had hamburgers in the Roman times, or maybe the Greek times, and that's ancient Greece. So we have had hamburgers before. They're nothing new, which is very interesting if you look at that program and see how things reoccur, and every generation is like, oh, we invented hamburgers. Well, yeah, maybe it wasn't such a big invention, just putting meat between bread. But we think that it's like a modern concept. And that's the problem with humanity, I think, that we tend to be awfully inclined to repeat our mistakes over and over and over again. So who knows? We'll probably have another Holocaust or something. Few years. I'm trying to figure out what to do, because I'm not a very popular person if the Nazis came to run the country, or Sweden Democrats. Sorry, I'm not one of the sort of persons they would like here in Sweden. I'm pretty sure they would disapprove of me being here. And actually, I have part of the party program that says that just as someone who moved to Sweden can become Swedish, but that's sort of debatable, but because it depends on which Sweden Democrat you actually speak to. Then, I'm going to say something soon. But if you look at that, then it also says that just as you can move here and be Swedish, you become Swedish, you can also lose your Swedishness, whatever that is. I have no idea what that means, and I'm pretty sure no one else knows what that means. Well, that looks really weird. The texture for two and all zones. Better now. So I was gonna say this is like really funny. One of the where the leading Sweden Democrats in one town called, I think it was Jönköping or Växjö. Anyway, she said something really racist. They keep doing that in between because, well, they're racists. That's why they say that. But anyway, so she said this really funny. I'm probably gonna lose half my Swedish viewers now. But she said something really racist, and they were trying to interview her, and she was asked who is Swedish, and she said people who are born in Sweden by two Swedish parents. And that's a really interesting thing. That sounds like, right, that's a brilliant thought. Who's Swedish? Well, if you have Swedish parents, you're Swedish. But here's the problem. If I'm, since that by her definition I'm Swedish, so if I have two Swedish parents, that makes me Swedish. But what makes my parents Swedish? Well, it's the same there. They have two Swedish parents. So what makes their parents Swedish? Well, they have two Swedish parents, and so on. And eventually you'll end up with no Swedish people, because pretty much everyone migrated to Sweden at some point in time. Because at one point in time, the entire Sweden was covered in ice, like kilometer thick ice, and people didn't live here. So pretty much everyone that moved here, well, pretty much no, by her definition, no person in Sweden is Swedish. I really didn't think she thought that through. And in genetic, it's fun to listen to people who actually do research in genetics. They think this is no stupid things ever. But we don't seem to learn. When is institute in Sweden? In the, I think, 20s? And don't quote me on the time scale there. Like racial institute, which was started by, well, actually pretty much all the parties in parliament then thought it was a good idea, so they started that. They had an idea that some people were different because of race, or less intelligent or more intelligent or whatever. And then they sort of, let's see where to go with the turbine on. So that's one thing. Started, and the first guy had this really racial biology thoughts, but he couldn't really prove anything because there's nothing to prove. The second person that ran it was really interesting because he was a really big skeptic of the whole racial biology thing, which is interesting that he got to run it, and he pretty much disproved the whole idea, which is fairly obvious to most people, but in the 1920s and 30s it wasn't. Apparently in Germany it was quite a big thing, racial biology, during the 1930s and onwards. People have been doing this for ages, and if you read your history you understand that nothing good ever came out of that, and it doesn't work. You can't measure people's skulls and then from that information do some sort of have some sort of idea that, oh, you're this way or that way, or he's this way, or she's that way. Or we've been trying this for ages, and I wish we could learn from history. Sometimes I really, really wish we could just learn from history. Maybe not repeat the most stupid mistakes ever made by humanity. But it doesn't seem to be happening. It will probably never happen. But who knows? That's the way. I think people are people. They're idiots, no matter what sort of skin color they have. Well, that seems to be especially true with white people. But anyway, I'm white too, so I guess I could say that. But I look at my kid, my son. His best friend is called Malcolm. My kid is blue-eyed, has a well, he gets tan in summer, but otherwise he's really pale, I guess. Oh, he's white. He's a white kid, and he's the most blonde hair in the summer. So that's one thing. He's there, and his best friend is Malcolm. Malcolm's parents comes from Kenya, which by the SD definition, well, they wouldn't be Swedish. Doesn't matter what they do, they're not Swedish. But anyway, so they play, and they never ever looked at themselves as being different from each other. They're just two kids playing and having fun. And that makes me actually quite pissed that someone would say that Malcolm is worth less than my son because he is not blonde or blue-eyed. Well, actually, I'm brown-eyed, so I guess I would be in deep trouble. So, me and my daughter is brown-eyed too, and my son is blue-eyed. So let's sell this crap. See, a total load of this will yield not a lot of some money, I guess. See, this gave us 10 grand. That's pretty awesome, actually. That's a pretty awesome, pretty sweet number. Oh, there we go. Empty that. And try to back this. Oh, this will fail. Sorry. That's tight. Should have, yeah, that didn't work. And we got a little more there. So 12 grand for that. That's pretty nice, actually, I think. So take this back. Okay, so we sold some Tuvenol, and we have transported a lot of stuff up to our... Actually, I have to put the sand in there so it starts producing concrete. I'll just go and put this back though. My episode is kind of long, I'm sorry about this. Most people probably lost total interest with me starting rambling away. So I apologize for that. But I think it's an important thing who we elect as our officials, and who we, not our officials, our politicians, sorry. And to me, at least, equal value of all men and women is a really important thing. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel really strongly about it. I wouldn't like someone to say that I'm not worth anything because I have brown eyes, or if I have blonde hair, I have blonde hair. If I'm too old or too young, if I'm a man or woman. I don't like the idea that some outside force has the right to define my value, and that makes me really sad that some people take that upon themselves to define other people's values, and I don't think that's okay. I don't believe that, because if you turn the tables around, I'm pretty sure no one in their right mind, and that includes pretty much everyone that votes for the Sweden Democrat, would like to be judged by some sort of appearance negatively. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be happy about being judged, being discriminated about having blue eyes, being discriminated by having blonde hair or white pale skin. That would make you extremely violated, and you would be mad as hell, rightfully mad as hell. So why do people do that? Why do people have so easily? So why can people so easy give up other people's rights? That makes me sad and mad. Sad and mad. Who am I to give up other people's rights? If I want to give up my own right, fine, do that. If people want to give up their own rights, do that. But don't come and give up other people's rights. You don't have the right to do that. People have fought for those rights. People have bled for those rights. People have died for those rights. Who are you to take them away from someone else? And the sad part is that some people don't realize that it's actually about themselves. I keep having this discussion about human rights because people really have no problems with giving up other people's human rights. Like, yeah, lock them up, put them in jail. It doesn't leave a trial. But I don't think that's fair. And they was like, oh, they're just criminals or they're just foreigners or whatever. And I go like, well, don't you want to have the same right? Don't you want that right? Yeah, but I'm having that right. Yeah, but if you take away that right for one person, it's going to disappear for you too. Which is pretty simple. It's not like one person has the right to not. It's sort of like, oh, we have to more authorities have and since I am actually work as a government official with quite a lot of powers at my hands when I need it. People tend to like, yeah, we should do this to other people. I was like, yeah, but do you want to give me the right to do that to you? So no. So you don't want to. But it's like, it's not about me, but actually it is about you. The difference between sitting against me and another person sitting against me is pretty slim, which I found out quite plenty of times in my line of job. You meet a lot of people and they don't want to meet you, and they're pretty when they sit against another side of the table against me, they want all the rights they can have because they're scared shitless, sorry for my language, and they don't want to have, they want to have all the rights they can humanly get when it comes to themselves. And so, but some people tend to easily give up their own right. They say they give up other people's rights, and that's fair, but it's not their own right. It's not other people's right. They're giving up their own right, and that makes me dumbfounded, actually. Why would you do that? Why would you give up other people's right? Because you're giving up your own right, and it's pretty simplistic to understand it. If you just think 2 steps further along than you're thinking when you first have an instinct to say something. Hey, well, one person at a time, I'm slowly convincing people not to give up their rights. But it's taking a lot of time, and there's like 10 million people in this country. There's things like I'm not doing it fast enough, and I can't do it. All the people. So this should actually be full now. I'm very dirty. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. It's 38 minutes, 39 minutes, almost 39 minutes. I can't do this. I'm just rambling about politics. Sorry, but once in a while you find that on my channel I ramble about politics, and I'm probably gonna scare off some people that think that this is I don't want to hear this. Fair enough, it's okay. This is just my point of view. That's the nice part about living in a democracy, that I can have this point of view and I can use whatever means I want to convey that to people. And you can sit on the other side, hear this and say like, he's an idiot, I'm not going to listen to him, and that's your prerogative, and that's the beauty of democracy. And if you have a channel, you can sit there babbling about your view on politics too. It doesn't matter, it's okay, it's perfectly okay. So let's celebrate democracy. In a few weeks I'm gonna go vote and celebrate my democracy over here, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, this episode La Vie Mine is over, and this has the stuff it needs, well, some stuff it needs, and should produce some sand. Empty, put sand in. Yeah, takes a little while to start, I guess. It will produce concrete, which can go with this concrete truck and sell somewhere, but I have no idea where. So we'll see that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Andy. This has been Let's Play on La Vielle Mine. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, leave a comment or share. And have a great day, everyone. See you soon. Bye bye.